Hi, today I'll be talking about one of the human rights issues that Kiribati face, which is violence against women. 68% rate of violence against women in Kiribati, and it is recorded as the highest in the Pacific. It is a very serious problem that leads to negative impacts on women in my country. And as a result, women who are victims of violence are experiencing fear, anxiety, and depression.
The human rights issue mentioned, gender inequality, emphasizing on violence against women, is very important for our country, developing countries like ours, because it helps reduce poverty and inequality, and it helps create economic growth, and it improves the health and well-being of all people, men and women. Women are a powerful force in developing countries like ours, because when they are given equal access to education, healthcare, economic opportunities, and political participation, I believe that they can help drive economic growth and improve the lives of their families and communities. Gender equality also helps reduce violence against women and promote gender equality in the workplace, and it ensures that women's voices are heard in public policy decisions. Ultimately, gender equality is essential for achieving sustainable development in developing countries like ours.
The first recommendation that we came up with is that Kiribati must establish a Domestic Violence Prevention Act. And the purpose for this act is to protect women from all types of violation. The second one is that Kiribati must also establish a woman support center. And a goal for this center is to help women access counseling when they are affected by violence. The third recommendation is that the Ministry of Women, Youth and Social Affairs, which is also known as the MWISA, must promote, raise awareness, and provide services that will help prevent violence against women. Kiribati women must be trained or advised by the MWISA on their rights and how they can be protected by the law. In this case, they will know when and how to use their rights before something happens. The Family Protection Legal Aid Center is to assist victims of domestic violence. The center, in partnership with the UN Development Program, developed an online portal to enable domestic violence survivors to access legal information and reporting mechanism. Kiribati must establish a woman empowerment and gender equality, and the purpose for this is to help provide key actions to communities, churches and other organizations on the awareness of violence against women. Kiribati Health Committee must provide a 16 days of activism to eliminate violence against women, which will be led by the MWISA.
In addition to what had already been said, as a human rights advisor, seeing that our culture plays a very huge role as a great challenge for many human rights conventions, includes especially gender equality, I think it would be very necessary to place a focus on the root causes, on addressing the root causes of gender inequality, which includes discriminatory cultural attitudes and harmful traditional practices. This is such as child marriage and and finding it to be a normal or a norm to abuse women. Another strategy is another strategy is a push for implementation of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly the SDG 5, which this aims to achieve gender equality and to empower all women and girls. Take for instance, when Kiribati when Kiribati completed a report, we received a ton of funds, and those funds are used for supporting the prevention of the issue mentioned, gender inequality or violence against women, and they the funds were used to fund women, a lot of women, and like an example would be the implementation plan of the Family Peace Act that was funded by the UN when we finished the report. The third recommendation is ensuring that all women and girls have equal access to education, healthcare, economic opportunities, political participation, and so on. For instance, the CEDAW, correct my pronunciation if it's wrong, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. This is an international legal instrument that requires countries to eliminate all the discriminations against women and girls, and this will be in all areas, and it promotes women's and girls' equal rights. So such instruments like these can help us ensure that the equality of all our women and girls get the the equality that they deserve. If all women were given these opportunities, I believe that the 68% women violence rate will be decreased. Another key recommendation as a human right advisor is to continue to denounce any and all forms of gender-based violence and discrimination, and advocate for the strengthening of laws and policies that we already had to hold the perpetrators accountable. Recommendation 84.74 proves that our country Kiribati had laws that reflected the contradiction of exploitation of girls, and this is considered as a violence against women and girls, and our country already had laws that helps that helps prevent these types of gender-based violence and discrimination. To close off, there's a saying that goes, the role of women in the development of society is at most important. In fact, it is the only thing that determines whether a society is strong and harmonious or otherwise, because women are the backbone of a society. We have come to the end of our video presentation, and I believe that we have talked about our human rights issue, which is gender inequality, emphasizing on violence against women, and we talked about how and why it is important for our country, Kiribati, and we point out some few key recommendations and or strategies that as human rights advisors of our country, and we hope that you get a lot, maybe one lesson learned from our video presentation, and we thank you for your time. Thank you.